Well, Minister, thank you very much for joining us here at the studio today. First question really is looking ahead to the next 10 days of talks. What do you think we can expect from this summit?
I believe that this conference is very important because it's the first conference after Copenhagen with the opportunity for exchanging views, experiences and perspectives, taking into account that the countries around the world have different expectations, different conditions, and so we have to expect more a netted value in the exchange of experiences more than in agreement, legal agreements. But this is very important because we have to talk about the future of the planet starting from our national and regional conditions and situations. We have to start to stock what we already have in sustainable technologies, best practices, in our capability to address the efficient use of natural resources and energy resources. And this is what we can do in these 10 days. We can stock what we have, and so we can understand the background, the common background we have. Then we will see if it's possible to have an upgrade of our expectations, establishing common goals. But this is a process. I don't believe that we have to expect a treaty at the end of this conference, but we could say at the end that we have a common background in addressing sustainable development at global level, and starting from what we have, we could figure out what we can expect in the next decades.
And what is Italy's role in these talks and these negotiations? Obviously you are part of the EU bloc, but what do you hope Italy can contribute to these negotiations?
I believe that first of all we can start from what the private sector was able to develop in the last years. Because if we look at the car manufacture sector, in the lighting sector, in the generation of electricity, we can say that more or less we have common, practical, concrete standards for addressing the future of the industrial sectors, have in mind the efficiency and the innovation. And this is very important. And we believe that at the end of the conference we can say we are able to address the future starting from what we have in practical terms. Secondly, I believe that from the point of view of the countries, we have to take into account that in the last 20 years the economy in the world has changed. And so in '92 the developed countries were asked to commit for the sustainable development of all the planet. In 2012 we have to say that the former developed countries, the emerging economies, have the responsibility to join a common objective in the development of sustainable technologies for addressing the future, from feeding the economic growth with low carbon technologies, with efficient technologies in the use of water and the use of land. I know that we have in mind the common but differentiated responsibilities. But at the end, if you look at the reality of the economy, we can say that after Rio+20, we should change the format. We should start to consider how to join the developed countries and the emerging economies in a common objective for the future of the planet.
Is that saying that there should be no historic responsibility, or just that other countries need to step up to the plate?
I believe that we have to remember the historical responsibilities. Of course, we have to work considering what the developed countries developed in the world and how the developed country use the natural resources in the last 60, 80 years. But at the same time, we should consider the real economy today. And today, I believe that, for example, Europe and China, Europe and Brazil, Europe and South Africa, Europe and Mexico, Europe and India should work together for the identification of the new, the innovative solutions for combining the economic growth and the protection of the planet, because today we have mainly a common responsibility.
And a final one, I mean, obviously, as an Italian politician, you are more than aware of the economic crisis affecting the whole of Europe. Do you sense that, in a way, Rio+20 could be used to develop it, build economic growth, to build this green growth that people are talking about and it's not entirely separate to that?
We know very well that for overcoming the present crisis, we should develop innovative solutions for job creation, for producing innovative solutions in the industrial sector, energy, water, food production, land use, and so. And this means that the green economy is the future of the economy. For us, from our point of view, in Italy, we have to invest in the green solutions for addressing and overcoming our present crisis. I believe that this could match in some way the demand coming from the emerging economies today, because if you look at China, China already decided to invest in the next 5 years $50 billion for protecting and restoring the water. And water issue is a key issue for the future of the planet, but also for the future of the economy. And so we could link in some way what Italy and Europe could offer in innovative solutions, innovative technologies, with the demand of safe water, the demand of clean energy, the demand of food security. This is the challenge, how to work in order to develop innovative solutions for meeting the new demand emerging from the economies are growing very fast.
A final question, looking at fossil fuel subsidies, which is an issue that many people have been talking about. Is it realistic to expect that any deal could be made on a global level on fossil fuel subsidies and lowering them?
We know very well that the future of the energy security is linked with the development of clean technologies and renewables. To do this, we have to phase out subsidies for fossil fuels. This is a challenge for European Union, for example, but this is also a challenge for China, for India, for the other emerging economies like Russia, for example. I believe that it's a very difficult issue. But if you look at the figures, if you look at the energy demand, if you look at the environmental effects of fossil fuels in the energy sector, we will reach an agreement at the end. I don't believe in Rio, but I believe that we are in the right direction because this is one of the key for addressing the economic growth of the future.